Hey guys, this video will be a review on Sparkle & Co, the subscription box I got last month's box, which is May. So this one is no longer available, but every month they have a new type. So it came with a really nice cushion so you can do your client's nails or your own nails, as well as it comes with 3 dip colors, and it also comes with a bunch of the cards, coupon codes, and just different items that they have to offer in their website. And one of my favorite things that this subscription box comes with is always nail tips already pre-dip, so you know what color, and you already could put these swatch sticks in your collection. This is the cuticle remover. This one I really did like, and I wanted to try it out for you guys. I don't recommend doing cuticle remover and using warm water when you're doing acrylic nails or gel nails, simply because there's a lot of moisture, so you have to make sure you dehydrate. But I do show you guys here, and I really do dehydrate my nails so that the acrylic could stick. Now these are the 3 colors that I got. These are different than the colors I'm actually gonna do. This is more of a mint kind of green color, a really nice white. The white is almost like a wedding color, and this really pretty sparkling pink. And I will be doing a giveaway, and I will be giving away this package deal. That is why I'm not dipping into these colors and I'm not touching them. Now these colors that you see here are from a few months ago that I received from them, and these are the colors that I'll be doing, and I'll be using acrylic monomer so that I can sculpt the nails. So you can use it both as dip and as with monomer to sculpt the nails. It's really your choice, but that is what I'm gonna do. And I'm just showing you here, I am putting a little bead of this cuticle remover, and I'm pushing it right into my cuticles. It smells really nice. It smells like a beach vacation. It's very fruity and very fresh, and I'm just rubbing it into my cuticles, giving it about a good 30 seconds to soak in for a little bit, and then I'm gonna dip it into a very warm dish full of water, and I leave it on there for a good 30 seconds to a minute. And then after that is when I go in with my cuticle pusher. The cuticle pusher I'll be using is from Sally's Beauty Supply, and I simply push back my cuticle, and it really does help clean out any dead cuticle that's on your nail bed, any stubborn dead cuticle. And this is normally what you do when you do a regular manicure with regular polish. Now if you do want to do this when you're going to do acrylic nails, gels, or do a gel polish manicure, I do recommend to make sure you really dehydrate the nails before going in with your base or with your primer, so that there's no moisture in between that. Here I'm just gonna remove the leftover cuticle remover so that you can actually see me pushing back the cuticle, and you can see how much that cuticle is on the nail plate that sometimes we miss. So I'm gonna be just doing more of that doing it to all the nails, as well as after this I'm also going to go in with my sanding band. It's a medium grit sanding band, and I'm just going to clean any leftover cuticle that I have there. It's just routine. I always do that when I do acrylic nails. Even after I did this, I just want to double check it and make sure I also take the shine off my natural nails as well. If you do wish to buy the subscription box, I do have a 15% off code. It is the letter NB YESENIA 15, so you can put that in and you will get 15% off of any purchases you do there, as well as if you put my referral code in, you can also get a $9 credit and also do an $18 credit to your Sparkle & Co account if you follow the steps down below. You do get credited, like I said, for the 9 and the 18, depending if you fulfill what they require, as well as you get your money in the account within 4 to 8 weeks that you can use towards your next monthly subscription box or anything else that they offer. So I will link all that full information down below so you can read the details and find out if it's for you. Especially with the discounts, it's a great thing to try to see if it's for you, and you're trying to collect acrylic powders and dips. That is a great way of doing it. So after I do use this medium sanding band, I do dehydrate my nails before I used it and after. And then these are my favorites, Mia Secret forms, and I'm also using the Alpha brush number 9 Kolinsky brush. I do have a code down below, and I'm using Mia Secret's monomer and Mia Secret's clear acrylic. I got them both from Amazon when they were not crazy high price right now. I am using the primer from E.D Couture. I really do like it. My acrylics have been really sticking on. I do like the primer. It's worth it. I think it's just takes a long time to ship to you, but it's worth it for the price. And so when I put the Mia Secret forms on, the first thing I do is I fold the corner, the edge of it, and I clip, like I pinch that first, and then I apply it to my finger. Once it is exactly where I want, then I press the rest of the form. Sometimes I use the little tab on top if I feel like it's popping open and I need it to settle, but you can also use it in the bottom. Most of the time, 90% of the time, I use it in the bottom like this, or on the last tip part of it, so it doesn't pop open again, because it really depends on the person's nail beds. And then you really want to go in there with a very medium to dry bead. Sometimes it's a little wet, so I just play around with it to move it around. But if you want to work a lot faster, I would say get a more drier bead when you're doing forms, because it will be sliding from side to side. So I just pat this in, and all I'm doing is I make sure I clean my brush every so often from the monomer so that it's not so wet anymore. And all I'm doing here, I'm just sculpting the nail, just the base of the nail. I'm not doing any type of structure, no apex, no nothing. All I'm really doing here is just doing a base instead of using nail tips. So I'm doing a really nice, clear, very, very thin base so that I can pop these forms off and then just apply the color acrylic on top. I could just apply the color acrylic on top of this, but I always like to go back in there and shape my base, the clear acrylic, before I apply any color acrylic. That is just preference. That is a little bit more time consuming, so you can definitely skip that and just go right into the color. But I just like adding the color acrylic on top of a really nice shaped and filed nail. So I'm doing the same thing on my next finger. I put on my nail form and I put the little circle part of it in the bottom just to hold a lot more and keep it closed. And I just pat it around, move it around to where I want. And then I also want to make sure that they're the same length. So I follow the guideline, the number or the letter, whatever type of forms you have will be different. And I make sure that they're around the same length, so that means that they'll come out pretty identical and means less filing work for you. And like I said, it'll look like I'm applying very little, but I'm really not. So I popped them off. I started filing the first 2-3 nails, and then I will continue to file my ring finger and my pinky, and I'm just showing you here. Now, please excuse me being off frame. I do get off frame a lot because I tend to focus on my nails and forget that I'm recording. So I do just file them, shape them. Like I said, these have no apex, no strength, no nothing. They're just a very thin base for the color acrylic. So another tip I can give you is when you use dip powder with monomer, it tends to marbleize because it's such fine milled that it tends to marbleize. There's not either enough color pigment or there's too much clear acrylic. Whatever the situation is, it's a little bit different to work with dip powder, but it works the same as regular acrylic. It is the same exact thing. Acrylic dip and regular acrylic is the same thing. The only difference is that dip powder is more finely milled. So you can definitely use this like pink white milky color did marbleize a little bit, but for the look I was going for, it went perfect. Especially this hot pink, it really does marbleize. You'll see it here. I use very little bit, and then I used the brush to put the pressure down, and it kind of gives off its own fade, which is really cool when you use dip. Dip is really great when you want to do some sort of designs to the nails when it's not you stick into a very solid color nail. Because right here, see how I did all that by itself because it's marbleizing? It worked really great for that. After I put this hot pink, I give some space of the clear, and then I'll put some blue on it. And I do the ring finger and the index finger exactly the same. The only difference is one's angling one way and the other one is angling the other way. I didn't unfortunately get the blue part of the nail on camera, so that's why I totally skipped that part. But I am showing you here the full nail glitter. When it comes to glitter dip, it does move around a lot more than just regular acrylic, so I just make sure that I don't grab too much monomer, and I take my time. I always take my time. It might take me a little bit longer, but I do take my time. And this, out of all these three colors, I mean, the blue is gorgeous, but that hot pink, the way it was marbleizing and blending, just did a really nice ombre by itself. So I simply put the pink on the cuticle and I brushed it downwards without adding anything else, no other color, no clear, no nothing. This color did the fade by itself because of how finely milled the acrylic is. And you'll see right here, all I do is I brush it downwards and it went from hot pink to very light to clear by itself. And all I do after I finish all these nails is I go in and I encapsulate them with crystal clear Mia Secret acrylic, just because first of all there's glitter in here, so I don't want to file any of that off, and second of all because dip powder tends to be not the best to be filed on top of. Sometimes you can remove some of the color, chip off some of the ombre effect and all that stuff. So I really want to cover it with crystal clear acrylic to protect it from any filing and any shaping. And once I'm done building a nice apex and fully encapsulating the nails, I just go in with my medium grit safety file bit and I just clean off the cuticle area. I want to make sure it's really nice and flushed in, and any other imperfections in the nail, I want to make sure I clean it off. And after this, I would just go in with my file and I will shape it to my liking. I usually do a little bit of coffin, nothing too tapered in, but I don't want them wide either. And then after that, I go on with crystals. I simply use glue. Well, first I make sure I buff the nail gently. You don't want to over buff because then you'll leave it very slick and smooth, and that's not something I want. So I want to make sure I file and have some sort of grit on the nail so that I can apply regular nail glue. After applying the glue, I normally add the activator to harden and dry the nails a lot quicker. And then I go in with a choice of top coat. Usually I do Couture Shiny Top Coat, but I'm trying out the Wonder Top Coat a little bit more this time. I still prefer the Shiny Top Coat. And then after that, the nails are done. Now, Sparkle & Co. does have different types of subscription boxes. They do have gel and dip, two separate ones. So for the lowest price that I've seen so far is $8 plus $4.99 for shipping. So it comes up to $12.99 a month. And they have different items than the one that would be $29.99 a month. So if you do want to get into the July subscription box, on June 20th, till July 5th is when you have the window to apply for that one, and so on every single month around the 20th. But I do recommend going onto their website to fully check the details. And it's nice, like I said, if you want to collect them, and I do have a discount code, but you do not have to use it. But if you do, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And so far, that's it for my video. I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.